The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest Volume 7 review. While the anime adaptation of The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest is preparing to wrap up, the manga is far from reaching a conclusion or catching up with Japan. This month, Square Enix bringing Volume 7 to the West, and it's time for us to find out what Matthias and his crew are facing off against now. This volume continues for the last where Matthias was in the middle of the Great Barrier Plan, a mission that will protect the kingdom from further demon attacks. Before the defensive magic can be put in place, our protagonist and his group must defeat the demons they are coming to attack, and all is going well so far. With preparations for the barrier in place, Matthias finally gets to join the fight alongside Luri and Alma. The demons decide that they are no match for him, and so retreat, but not before Matthias can place a tracking spell on them. With the demons gone, he can finally put the barriers up, but another problem will present itself. Now the student of the second academy, along with Matthias' group, have found out the legion of monsters that the demons were preparing to summon, or their efforts to put the barrier up will have all been for nothing. With so many monsters spawning all at once, it also causes a void eater to appear, a monster that eats those around it to grow more powerful, which ends up towering above the students. Of course, Battle Junkie Matthias is all too happy to have something so powerful to test his abilities against the charges and undeterred. As he may have gathered, the installment of The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest is largely action-focused with little plot development. That's not to say the story doesn't move at all, because there is a substantial change in story for Matthias towards the end. But if you look into world-building character or the character development of any kind, you might be disappointed. And I think this, unfortunately, is where only having 3 of our 4 chapters of volume lets the series down, since it never has enough time to provide everything a reader is hoping to see. Having said that, one of the reasons I like this series so much is because the battle scenes are so spectacular, and it remains true for this volume. This is the first time we've gotten to see Matthias spar with such a gigantic monster, and it gives the artist plenty of opportunities to try out new perspectives when it comes to depicting the battle. Iris is also given some cool moments as she battles alongside Matthias to defeat the monster, which is nice to see, given she was largely sidelined in Volume 6. This volume also neatly ties up the second Academy arc, and as I theorized in my review of Volume 6, since Matthias' party decided to leave the kingdom behind and set out on a brand new adventure, I'm sure that long-time readers will be glad to discover something new in the future, especially since Matthias being a student of the Academy hasn't been plot relevant for quite some time now. As previously mentioned, the Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest Volume 7 comes to the West thanks to Square Enix manga and continues to be translated by Caleb Deku. The translation reads well with no issues to note. Volume 8 of the series is currently scheduled for an English release in July. Overall, The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest Volume 7 proves an action-packed volume that will please the fans who would like to see Matthias go all out against formidable foes. It will prove more disappointing for those looking for any kind of plot progression, as that puts aside in favor of the battles. A free preview of this volume can be found on the publisher's website here, 8/10.